Alright traders, in direct relation to the previous video on the euro versus the New Zealand dollar, we wanted to revisit the pound versus the New Zealand dollar. Both very highly correlated, almost we consider them as relatives, close relatives. And obviously you would want to have synchronization between these two as far as the conviction goes. And now that we flipped over the Euro New Zealand dollar, it just backs up the natural bullish conviction that we have on the pound New Zealand. This is not a new one. It's quite an old one. I mean, we've been talking about this. We've been announcing that bullish conviction where price started to turn around off 91.46 level. We've been quite successful with a bullish campaign that we've been able to land right on 96.85. Since we didn't know how tough 96.85 is going to be, we decided to to get out, right? To pull out, close this position, and possibly trigger a new one if price will be kind enough to break through. And it did. It quite quickly. It managed to cross over, and once it did, we went off, right? We pulled the trigger once, and then we pulled the trigger. Well, we pulled the trigger once. We actually pulled the trigger again, but then we had this big move right before Friday that was so concerning. We felt that price was going to fail, right? Miserably on that breakout. We felt that it was possibly a false breakout, just as we did with the Euro New Zealand, right? They were both very deceptive with this, setting some bullish traps. That's what we felt, because price went down pretty strong on that day, and crossed over obviously 96.85. But we should always keep in mind the daily chart could be very noisy, because when you take a look at the weekly chart right now after that closing bar, you can see that there was no concern at all from this angle. From this perspective, price managed to cross over, a couple of weeks ago for the first time, and last week it actually dipped a little bit just to, spike that 96.85, show some evidence as this level being a strong support now, right? It was a pivotal point. It got crossed over, and price seems to be pushing away now, right? Pushing away to the right direction. Which altogether just solidifies this breakout. So if from this angle, it definitely looks like a legit breakout, which is why we're back on track with this one, right? We didn't really close the position here. We just we reduced the exposure a little bit after that big move on the downside last Thursday, that was. So now we're back on track. We're back to re-increasing this position again. Now we want to see price, pushing forward a little bit. And with every push, we're going to increase this position to bigger and bigger sizes. We want to go all the way to 202.89. Obviously, that could take some time. It's a big move. But yeah, that's pretty much the game plan. I mean, that's the next imminent resistance level. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to come back and follow up on the situation here. That's exactly what we intend to do. Stop loss level remains right now still at 94.75. We will be starting to adjust the stop loss level as long, we're just waiting for price to gain some new territory and break some previous local highs, and then of course we'll begin to adjust the stop loss level. All right, that's the story right now for the pound versus the New Zealand dollar. That's about that for today. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow to follow up. So see you then. Take care.